I'm in a coffee shop, heart racing, hands shaking, waiting as Jessica walks in for Chris, my fake profile. She freezes, seeing me. My head spins, her lies unravel. She's caught, and I'm wrecked inside, bracing for truth. It's sinking in. How'd we get here? Okay, so this is where it all kicks off, my life with Jessica. I'm Mike, just your average guy, and we've been married for 3 years now. Not some epic stretch, but long enough you think you've got a handle on who you're with, right? We've got this rhythm: work, home, pizza nights on Thursday, maybe a hike if the weather's decent. I teach history at the local high school, grading papers and trying to make the Civil War interesting to a bunch of bored teens. Jessica works at this clothing store downtown, folding shirts and helping people pick outfits or whatever. I always figured we were doing all right, not storybook perfect, but steady. We'd argue sometimes, over bills or who forgot to take the trash out, but nothing serious. I trusted her. That's the part that stings now. Looking back, there were these little hints popping up. Nothing in your face, just off stuff I didn't really catch at first. Like, her phone's been buzzing more lately, texts, pings, all that, and she'd snatch it up fast, angle it so I couldn't see. I'd ask, "Who's texting?" And she'd toss out, "Oh, just Emily from the store." Or, "Some work thing." Always had a quick answer, smooth as glass. I didn't dig deeper. Why would I? We're married, she's my wife, not some stranger I need to spy on. But it wasn't just the phone. She'd been acting weird. Like, she'd roll in later than usual, saying the store kept her for inventory, or she had to help a customer after close. Inventory at 9 p.m.? I'd give her a look, but she'd flash that smile, peck my cheek, and switch gears. "How'd your day go, hon?" I'd let it go. I'm not the type to hover, you know? She's got her life, I've got mine. Told myself she's just busy, maybe stressed from retail chaos. Makes sense, right? Still, something stuck with me. One night, we're chilling on the couch, me scrolling lesson plans, her on her phone, and she's smirking at something. I glance over, just curious, and she flips it off so quick it's like a reflex. "What's up?" I asked, keeping it chill. "Oh, nothing, just a dumb video," she said, but her tone was tight, like she was hiding something. I nodded, went back to my stuff, but it bugged me. A video? Why hide that? It's not like I'd judge her for laughing. Then there's how she'd been lately. Like, she'd leave for work looking sharper than normal. New earrings, that spicy perfume she never used to bother with. I'd say, "You look nice, Jess," and she'd shrug. "Just felt like it today." I bought it mostly. She's always been into fashion, working at that store and all. But it was adding up, the late nights, the phone, the shift in her. Little things I kept brushing off with lame excuses. The real moment hit one night, maybe a week before it all went down. I'd gotten home early, school let out after a half day, and she wasn't around. Usually, she's back by 6, maybe 7 if the store's busy. 8 rolls around, then 9, and nada. Finally, she walks in near 10, all flustered, bag slipping off her shoulder like she'd been rushing. "Where you been?" I asked, not mad, just wondering. She hesitated, way too long, and said, "Oh, the store had a late shipment, had to stay." Her face was flushed, and she smelled off. Not bad, just different, like some scent I didn't know, perfume maybe, but not her usual. I didn't push it. She darted to the kitchen, started messing with dishes like it was no big deal. I sat there, staring at my laptop, but my mind wasn't on grading anymore. That smell, that pause, it lodged in my brain. Was she lying? Nah, she wouldn't. She's Jessica, my wife. But that tiny doubt was there, gnawing at me. Something felt wrong, and I couldn't shake it this time. That night she came home late, smelling like someone else's perfume. I couldn't sleep. I just lay there, staring at the ceiling, her breathing all steady next to me while my head spun. I kept thinking about that pause before she answered, the way her story didn't feel right. I'm not some conspiracy nut, but it's eating at me now. I start noticing everything. She's on her phone the next morning, tapping away before I even pour my coffee. I don't ask who it is, already know I'll get the Emily line or some vague work excuse, but I see her smirk at the screen, and it's like a jab to my chest. She's hiding something, and I'm tired of pretending I don't care. It's not just the phone anymore. She's pulling these late shifts at the store way too often. Almost every other night now, she's waltzing in past 10, sometimes 11, looking too awake for someone who's been folding clothes all day. Her hair's messy in this deliberate way, like she's been somewhere lively, not stuck in a stockroom. She'll toss out, "Rough night, had to stay late." And I'll nod, grading papers at the kitchen table, but I'm not buying it. I start checking little things, like the store's hours online. Closes at 8, 9 on weekends. So what's she doing till 11? My brain's churning, but I keep my mouth shut. No point in asking when I know she'll just spin another story. Her lies are getting sloppy, too. One day, she says she's meeting Emily after work for drinks, girls' night, whatever. I don't think much of it till later, when I'm scrolling X for no reason, and there's Emily, posting a pic of her dog with a timestamp from that exact night. She's home, not out with Jessica. I sit there, phone in hand, feeling this cold creep up my spine. Jessica didn't even flinch when she told me that one, just smiled and grabbed her purse. It's like she doesn't care if I catch the edges of her mess anymore. I start watching her closer, not proud of it but too wound up to stop. She's jumpy now, like yesterday, when I walk into the bedroom while she's getting ready. Her phone's on the dresser, buzzing, and she lunges for it, practically knocking over her makeup. "Just a reminder," she mumbles, clutching it to her chest. A reminder that texts her 3 times in a row? I don't call her on it, just lean in the doorway, feeling my stomach knot. That spicy perfume's back, too, stronger now, clinging to her jacket when she leaves. It's not hers, not ours. It's someone else's mark, and it's driving me nuts. She's different at home, too. Barely looks at me over dinner, takeout again, because she's too tired to cook. She's poking at her food, eyes glued to her phone, smiling at it like it's her best friend. I try to talk. "How's the store going?" And she gives me this half answer. "Oh, busy, you know," before she's back to texting. I'm sitting there, chewing on cold fries, feeling like a ghost in my own house. It's not just distance, it's like she's already somewhere else, and I'm the last to know. That's when it hits me. I can't keep guessing like this. I need proof, something solid, because my head's a war zone of doubt and denial. I'm up late one night, laptop glowing in the dark while she's asleep, or pretending to be. I pull up Instagram and make a fake account. Call him Chris. Throw on a generic pic of some dude hiking, nothing flashy, just enough to pass. My hands are sweaty as I type, following her account, then sliding into her DMs with a simple, "Hey, you seem cool, what's up?" I hit send, heart slamming against my ribs. Part of me prays she'll ignore it, prove me wrong. But deep down, I know she won't. I'm scared stiff of what's next, but I'm too far in to back out now. I'm sitting there, staring at my laptop, the message sent, bubble glowing back at me. Chris, fake me, has just slid into Jessica's DMs, and I'm a wreck. My palms are clammy, and my chest feels like it's caving in. I close the screen, try to sleep, but I'm up every hour, checking my phone. By morning, she's replied. I see it when I'm grabbing coffee, bleary-eyed. She's written, "Hey, thanks. You too. What's your deal?" My stomach lurches. She's biting the bait, and I hate how fast it's happening. I play it cool as Chris, typing back, "Just a guy who likes good company. You free sometime?" My real self feels sick doing this, but I need to know. She keeps it going, flirty, quick replies saying she's single, just living life. Single. That word hits like a brick. I'm grading papers at my desk, kids droning on about the Revolutionary War in my head, but all I see is her lying to this fake guy like our 3 years mean nothing. We message back and forth for a couple days, me as Chris, keeping it light, her giggling at her phone across the room. I catch her doing it one night, curled up on the couch, and she doesn't even glance my way. She's all in with Chris, telling him she's down to meet up soon. I said it, Friday, that coffee shop off Main, 7 p.m. My hands shake as I type it, but I'm locked in now. Friday rolls up fast. She's getting ready, humming to herself, slipping on those new earrings and that spicy perfume that's been haunting me. Heading out with Emily, she says, barely looking at me as she grabs her keys. I grunt something, pretending to scroll X, but my pulse is racing. I know where she's really going. I give her a head start, then head out myself. Plain jacket, ball cap, nothing to tip her off. I get to the coffee shop early, snag a corner table, and wait. My legs bouncing under the table, coffee untouched, as I watch the door. She walks in right on time, scanning the place, all dolled up for Chris. Her eyes land on me, and it's like the air gets sucked out. She freezes, mouth half open, and I just stare back, letting her process it. My heart's hammering, but I keep my face blank. She stumbles over, sits down slow, and I can see her brain scrambling. Mike? What are you doing here? She says, voice shaky. I don't answer right away, just slide my phone across the table, open to the Chris chat. Her face goes white. She knows she's caught, and I'm sitting there, feeling everything crash inside me. I don't yell. Don't even raise my voice. So you're single, huh? I say, low, and she flinches. She tries to dodge, starts with, "It's not what it looks like." But I cut her off. Don't. Just don't. My hands are fists under the table, nails digging into my palms, but I keep it together. She fidgets, picking at her sleeve, then looks away. I wait, letting the silence choke her. Finally, she mumbles, "Okay, fine. It's happened before." My chest tightens, but I don't flinch. Before? I ask, and she nods, eyes on the floor. A few times. Just guys I met. A few times. Not once, not a slip-up, multiple guys. I feel this hollow ache spread through me, like I'm sinking into the chair. She's still talking, voice small. "It didn't mean anything, I swear. But it's noise now." I'm not hearing excuses. I'm seeing every late night, every dodged question, every smirk at her phone. It's all real now, laid bare in this dingy coffee shop. My head's spinning, anger, hurt, this sick disbelief, but I don't let it out. I just sit there, staring at her, this stranger I've been living with. She tries to backtrack, says she's sorry, that she didn't want to hurt me, but it's hollow. I can tell she's more freaked about being caught than anything else. I'm not even mad anymore, just numb, like something snapped inside. I think about those other guys, faceless dudes she's been sneaking off to, and wonder how long I've been the idiot in this story. My coffee's cold now, untouched, and I push it aside. "How many?" I ask, voice flat. She hesitates, then shrugs. "I don't know, a few. That's it. No number, no names, just a few. It's enough." I don't storm out or make a scene. I just lean back, watching her squirm, and feel this weird calm settle in. It's over. Whatever we had, it's gone. She's still here, physically, but I'm already somewhere else in my head. I don't need to hear more, I've got the truth, and it's uglier than I imagined. My hand stops shaking, and I take a slow breath. She's looking at me, waiting for something, yelling, tears, anything, but I don't give it to her. I'm done playing her game. I walk out of that coffee shop feeling like a shell. Jessica's still sitting there, probably spinning some new excuse in her head, but I don't look back. My feet hit the pavement, and it's like I'm moving on autopilot, keys in hand, car door slamming, engine rumbling. I drive home in silence, no radio, just the hum of the road and this heavy fog in my brain. "A few times," she said. A few. It keeps echoing, cutting deeper every time. I don't even feel the anger anymore, just this dull, empty ache, like someone scooped out whatever was holding me together. When I get home, she's not back yet. I sit on the couch, staring at the wall, replaying it all. Every late night, every half-baked lie, Every time she smiled at her phone instead of me. It's not a puzzle anymore, it's a neon sign I was too dumb to read. I don't cry or smash anything. I just sit there, letting it sink in. 3 years with her, and I'm the guy she stepped over for a few others. My hands rest on my knees steady now, but inside I'm gone. She's wrecked me, and I'm not even sure she cares. She comes home an hour later, acting like nothing's happened. Walks in, kicks off her shoes, and starts chattering about some sale at the store, like we didn't just crack our marriage open over cold coffee. You wouldn't believe how crazy it got today, she says, rummaging in the fridge. I don't answer, just watch her from the living room, this stranger who knows all my habits. She doesn't ask why I'm quiet, doesn't bring up the coffee shop. It's like she thinks she can erase it by pretending hard enough. I let her ramble, nodding when she glances over, but I'm not really here anymore. That's how it goes the next few days. She keeps up the act, cheery good mornings, quick pecks on the cheek, same old routine. I play along on the surface, grunt a morning, back, eat the cereal she pours, but it's mechanical. I'm not in it. My head's somewhere else, untangling from her. I start sleeping on the couch, claiming my back's bugging me from grating at weird angles. She buys it, doesn't push, just shrugs and heads to bed alone. I lie there at night, staring at the ceiling fan, feeling the distance grow. It's not even hard, she's making it easy by not noticing. I change other stuff, too. Stop making her coffee in the morning, used to be our thing, but now I just brew mine and leave the pot cold. Skip our Thursday pizza nights, tell her I've got papers to grade, eat a sandwich in my office instead. She barely blinks. One night, she's on the phone, laughing with someone. Emily, she claims when I walk by, and I don't even pause. I used to wonder who's on the other end, now I don't care. She's still texting away, still coming home late with that spicy perfume trailing her, but it's background noise. I'm phasing her out, piece by piece. I start planning my exit, quiet-like. Look up apartments online during lunch breaks at school, jot down numbers in my notebook between lesson plans. There's a cheap place a few blocks from work, small, no frills, but mine. I don't tell her, don't hint at it. She's too busy with her own world to notice me pulling away. I pack a duffel bag one afternoon while she's at the store, just essentials, stuff she won't miss. Stash it in the closet, ready to go when I'm set. It's not dramatic, no big fights, no shouting matches. Just me, methodically cutting the cord. The hurt's still there, don't get me wrong. It creeps up when I'm alone, like when I'm driving home from school, and I think about those few guys she met. Who were they? Did they laugh about me, the clueless husband? It stings sharp and bitter, but I don't let it take over. I channel it instead, let it fuel me. I'm not staying in this lie of a life. She can keep her secrets, her perfume, her fake smiles. I'm done being the prop in her show. She doesn't see it coming. That's the wild part. She's still breezing through our days, tossing out, "Love you," like it's habit, oblivious to how hollow it sounds. I'm nodding back, but my mind's already out the door. I've got a deposit ready for that apartment, a plan to move over the weekend. It's real now, and I'm holding on to that, not the pain, not her. I'm ready to leave, and she doesn't even know it. It's Saturday morning when I do it. Jessica's still asleep, sprawled out in bed like nothing's wrong, while I'm in the living room, zipping up that duffel bag I stashed. I've been up since dawn, moving quiet, grabbing my clothes, my laptop, a few books. The apartment keys in my pocket, deposit paid yesterday. I don't leave a mess, just take what's mine and stack the rest neat on the kitchen table. My wedding ring, a spare key, a note that says, "I'm done." No long letter, no drama. She'll figure it out. I stand there for a second, looking around. 3 years in this place, our place, I used to think, and it feels like a museum now, full of stuff that doesn't belong to me anymore. Her shoes by the door, her perfume lingering, her lies baked into every corner. I grab my jacket, sling the bag over my shoulder, and walk out. Door clicks shut behind me, and that's it. No big goodbye, no last look. Just me in the morning air, cold and sharp against my face. She texts me an hour later. I'm already at the new place, unpacking socks into a cheap dresser. "Where are you?" it says, no panic, just confusion. I don't reply right away. Let her stew. When I do, it's short. "Moved out. We're over." My phone buzzes again, her, probably, with some half-baked excuse, but I mute it, toss it on the bed. I'm not diving back into that mess. She might deny it, might say she's sorry again, but it's too late. I'm not there to hear it. The apartment's small, bare walls, a lumpy couch, a view of the parking lot, but it's mine. I sit on the floor, eating a sandwich from the gas station, and it's the first time in weeks I don't feel that knot in my chest. No pretending, no wondering who she's texting. Just quiet. I think about her waking up, finding the note, maybe calling Emily to vent, or whoever she's really been running to. Doesn't matter. She's not my problem now. I'm not kidding myself, it's not all clean and easy. Driving to school Monday, I catch myself glancing at the passenger seat, half expecting her there like old times. The hurt flares up, quick and mean, those few guys, her smirk at her phone, the way she played me. It's a punch I can't dodge yet. But I keep moving. Drop my bag in the classroom, start scribbling notes on the board. French Revolution today, all about upheaval. Fitting, I guess. The kids file in, and I'm back to being Mr. H, not the guy whose wife trashed his life. By night, I'm on the lumpy couch, scrolling X, sipping a beer. The silence is weird, good weird, but still new. I wonder what she's doing, if she's mad or just shrugging it off. Maybe she's already texting someone new, spinning the same lies. I don't check her stories, don't look her up. That's behind me. My thumb hovers over the screen, then I close the app. No point in digging back into that hole. I lean back, staring at the ceiling, no fan this time, just cracked paint. It's not much, this place, but it's a start. I don't know what's next, teaching, living solo, figuring out who I am without her shadow. It's messy, uncertain, like the first page of a book I didn't plan to read. But it's mine. Her lies, her games, they're fading, just echoes I can't hear as loud anymore. I take a slow breath, let it out. Free's a strange word, but it fits. I'm here, and that's enough for now. Leave a comment with your thoughts on the story. And subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new interesting stories. See you soon.